Students, today I wanted to show you Sora. It's a new database that we have for books, audiobooks, ebooks, and we partnered with SAPL, San Antonio Public Library. So if you go to ClassLink and type in Sora, it takes you straight to our database. Now, when you're looking at your books, the very first ones you're going to come across are Check Me Out books, the most popular books for young kids. If you scroll down, you have subjects, the different genres. So if you explore all the subjects, then you get to see everything that we have access to. The number in front of that genre is the number of books we have within that genre. If we go further, we said we also had read-alongs and audiobooks. Here are the read-alongs that are presented to you, and to see all 19, you have them there. The next group of books that we have are books that are perfect for students from 7th grade all the way to 12th grade, and that's the Teens and Tweens collection. If you see these little headphones, that means that a lot of those are audiobooks. If you do not see those headphones, then that is an ebook. If you want to meet someone new, some biographies and autobiographies, we have 15 total at this time. What if you don't want to read a book, but you want to listen to your book? Give your eyes a break. We have 20 audiobooks at this time. I've read this one, Zombie Makers. It's really good. I enjoyed it very much. The narrator is reading the book as I'm following along. We have new ebook editions, over 200. New audiobook editions, over 200. And we have what's available now and most popular. I read Reverie back in November, and it is an amazing book, so I highly recommend that book. This book right now I have on my nightstand. I actually have a physical book of this, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. If any of y'all read the Hunger Games series, it's the same author, Suzanne Collins, but in this book, it's sort of like a prequel because we get to learn about President Snow and how he came to power. And in these, we have the most popular books right now at this time and the next great read. So once you're looking at books, let's see. I'm going to do this one because I haven't read this one. If I click on the front cover of this book, I get a little bit of information about it. I have a summary. I get the format. This is an ebook. And if you noticed, we did not see any headphones, so it wasn't going to be read aloud to us. We know the language, the series, the author, the audience, the levels it is, and how many copies we have. We have 0 available at this time. So if you look here to the right, it says if we're really interested in reading this book, we can place it on hold. But it'll be about 9 weeks till it can be available. It might be a little sooner, but it kind of gives you a general idea. So down here, we have the home button to go to the very front of the database. We have Explore, where we can see all the choices that are available to us. And if I go back again and select another book, if it says that it's available, I can borrow it. Well, it seems like I'm out of luck at this time. So what I want to do then is explore all my subjects. So right now, it says that we have more than 2,000 titles, and out of all those titles, 2,534 are ebooks, and we have 216 audiobooks at this time. Well, I know that to meet the reading challenge and participate in it, the Ready, Set, Read reading challenge, there are different genres that I have to read book from. So I can choose any of the fiction section to meet my fiction genre criteria. I have mythology books that I can read. I can always look at biographies and autobiographies because that's another genre that I have that I can read from. So I'm going to pick fantasy. Let's see what I have. So I know now that I have 272 ebooks, 41 audiobooks, and these are the different levels in which I might find interesting. So, since I am reading young adult fiction or young adult literature, I know that in literature I have 60 books, and in young adult fiction I have 122 books that I can pick from. So, if I see my selections, I have the title, I have the author, and if it's a book within a series, it'll tell me from which series it is and which book it is. But notice again, some are placed on hold and some say borrow. Well, if I'm interested in that book, I can always click on the title, but because it says borrow and it's highlighted in blue, that means it is available. So let me see what this book is about. Well, I know it is considered one of the Amazon best. It was the best book of 2019. I have a summary here that explains a little bit about the book. Again, I have my format, my language. It's from the series Serpent and Dove. And I have other information like the author, the audience, the levels. And yes, there is one available of one total. Well, after looking at this summary, I think I'm going to be interested in this book, so I'm choosing to borrow it at this time. It is downloading onto my shelf, and once I have it, I can always turn the pages. So if I click on that, I can start reading it as I go. Now, if I choose to, remember I told you you have a shelf, it's kind of like a backpack. It tells you what you have available. Now, once it's downloaded completely, it'll tell me when it is due. I can check it out for 13 days. If I finish early, well, I have to click on that, return it, or if I have not completed my book, I can always renew it. Once I have done that, it will stay in my books that I have read, my list of books. It'll kind of create a history for me. So these are the options that I have. If my teacher ever asks me for a reading log, then I can always look at my history of checkouts in Sora, and I can always submit that to my teacher. Happy reading!